Joining me today is a very special guest, Matt Fraser. He is America's top psychic medium, 8 times best-selling author. He's written 2 books too. He is a TV star, known for his role in Frasers. He's also been on national shows like the Kelly Clarkson Show, and he's here today to talk about his career, his gift, and his upcoming tour in Las Vegas. Actually, it's coming up in July, so we're not there yet. Welcome, Matt.
Thank you. It's great to be here with you.
My goodness. So, you know what? I've been reading up on you, and your gift was from your grandmother. Um, your psychic, and I think that is a gift. So, how did you know you had it or have it?
Well, I knew from when I was very young, but I didn't recognize it as a gift. I grew up afraid because, when I was just around 3 years old, I started to see and hear dead people. And for me, it was scary, not because of the fact that they were dead, but because I didn't know who these people were. I had no idea why every time I went to bed, there were strangers that would just appear in my bedroom. And I was petrified. I was even more freaked out when I found out that other people couldn't see them. It was just me. So, I remember for years being so freaked out to go to bed, so afraid to be by myself, because anytime I was alone, anytime I was by myself or playing by myself was a time that the spirit world would try to come in and talk to me, connect with me, and speak with me.
So, when was that pivotal moment? So, you weren't scared, right? You were fearless, but it's like, when was it that you said, okay, I do have this gift and I need to help others?
So like I said, I grew up afraid of it. So for years and years and years, I pushed this away. I didn't want to sense anything, feel anything. All I wanted was to just be normal. So I did everything that I could to make the voices stop, to push these abilities away. And it wasn't until later on in life that I learned to embrace it, because I got to be honest, my grandmother was a medium who passed it on to my mom, who passed it on to me. But you got to know that my family never did this publicly. They all were gifted where they could sense things and feel things and communicate with the spirit world, but it wasn't something that they practiced or things that they did actively. So, for years, I had done the same thing that they did. I just pushed it away and tried to make the voices stop and did what I could to live a normal life. But growing up, I really felt a strong connection to other people. I always felt like I had to do something with helping others, but I was a little bit lost. I didn't know what that meant or what it was that I was supposed to do. So I actually started my career as an EMT. I worked for the World Trade Center in Boston for the security operations department. And then I went to see a medium for the first time myself, because I wanted to see somebody who was actually using this gift, since all my family did was run from it or keep it a secret. And I got to tell you that it changed my life, because at that moment I realized, oh my God, I can do this too. And I realized that I could help use this gift to help other people to heal and to know that their loved ones were always with them.
Yes, I mean, it is, so inspiring. I mean, you help people, reach out to their loved ones, right? And how does that work? Like,
To be honest
how,
with you, I still don't know how it works. Souls just come to me. If there's a message that they have to send to somebody here in this world, they will use me to do it. It's amazing, because it's like if I asked you, well, how do you walk? You're like, I don't know. I just put one foot in front of the other. Or, how do you talk? You're like, I don't know. I just open my mouth and words come out. It's the same thing with me, is that, when I'm connecting with the spirit world, all of a sudden, I never know who's going to come through, what they're going to say to me, or what the message will be. And that's what's so exciting.
yes, and look, it's about your journey, right? It's when heaven calls. Can you tell our viewers and listeners about that book? What's the inspiration?
Yeah. So When Heaven Calls is my life growing up as a psychic all the way up till now, how the television show came to be, and really growing up with the struggles of everyday life. Because what I've learned is back in the day, not everybody was accepting of psychics or mediums, which is the reason why my grandmother, my mom kept it a secret, and the reason why they didn't practice it. Right. But what was crazy is that I spent so much of my life just trying to fit in, trying to be normal, until I realized, listen, we're all born here with God-given gifts. We are all born here with the way that we can change the world. We are all born here with the way that, we can tap into our own psychic selves. And once I learned to do that, it changed my life forever. So what I want to share people with this book is how to become your own success story, how to use your talents, skills, and abilities to really help you within life. Because sometimes we go through really hard challenges. We go through, well, I shouldn't say sometimes, all the time, right? Then our life, we go through challenges and struggles and obstacles, but these are all life lessons. And if we see them as that, if we see them as life lessons instead of burdens, we can use them to shape our life, to shape our destiny, and to become the person that we're truly meant to be.
It's wonderful. Now, I understand you help police, like, solving crime. Can you tell us about that?
Say that again?
Oh, crime, for, people that, we help with the police and crime, for people.
So I actually have never helped with the police. That's something that I personally don't do. I know some mediums do that, but to be honest with you, that's actually a big misconception. There are no official police psychics that work for police departments. So there were times back in the day where, there was some private investigators who called, when they were working on a case and things like that, when clues have dried up. But it's not something that I feel that I'm meant to do. Every single medium has their calling. There's some mediums that are medical mediums. There's some mediums that will talk to your angels and spirit guides. There's some mediums that delve into past lives, right? But my whole job as a medium, I feel, is helping the living find comfort after a loved one had passed away. That's my specialty, and that's where I feel that my gift, sets in. And don't get me wrong, back in the day, when I was first understanding my gift, I tried everything. Anytime someone needed my help, I would go and try to help them, whether it be that, there was a missing person that, they wanted that a private investigator would call me about, or whether it be that, somebody was having an issue and they couldn't find out what was going on in their body. But, after all of these years, I was able to fine tune my gift and really understand what it was that I was meant to do. And my whole journey now is really just about the healing. It's the healing about after a loved one passes away, showing people that your loved ones are still with you and that you can communicate with them on your own. And more importantly, your loved ones are actually trying to get in touch with you using signs like repeating numbers, dragonflies, butterflies, any way that they can to get your attention.
Yeah, like a hummingbird. If you see a hummingbird, birds or something like that, I'm just saying in general, these are the symbols of signs, right? That you may not be aware of, right? So, yeah, so the book, We Never Die, Secrets of the Afterlife. Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's my goodness. So tell us about, your book and how did it all come about?
So during the pandemic, I think was a really big turn of faith for everybody here, on this earth, right? I think that the pandemic really opened up everybody's eyes to, oh my God, death is possible, right? Especially when you're someone who's my age, because when you're young, you don't really think about death. You don't really think about dying, right? You think that you're invincible. You're going to be here, for years and years and years and years and years. Right. And it's not until you lose somebody that's your age or you start to see death all around you that it makes you question, oh my God, wait a minute. I'm not going to be on this world forever. And I think that's what the pandemic really showed everybody, because it was during that time where everybody during the pandemic, we heard about death so much. We saw death on the news. We all knew somebody who, died or got sick during the pandemic or was at risk of being sick during the pandemic. And we saw during the pandemic how close we all were to death, right? So it was during that time that, by the thousands, I was receiving so many messages, and I would reply to one message and another one would come in. And the questions were, Matt, is there another side? Is heaven real? What happens when you die? Well, who are my loved ones with? Will I be able to see my loved ones? Can our loved ones communicate with us? Do we have a physical body on the other side? So I started writing back to all of these questions. And then I realized that I would just answer one question and then 5 more would come in, and everybody was asking the same thing. So I said, you know what? I can't keep this knowledge a secret. This is something that the world needs to know. So I took all the questions that I was asked over the pandemic and I put it in my new book called We Never Die, Secrets of the Afterlife. And it's filled with all the information that I've learned as a psychic medium. Because what I can tell you is this. Being a medium, I never learned this, right? There was no school that I went to. It's not something that I could do a Google search on to learn how to become a medium. It's something that I had to learn within myself. And after learning how to tap in, connect, and fine-tune my abilities, I also learned so much from speaking to the souls on the other side. When I talk to the other side, I get a little sneak peek into heaven, and they show me what it's like, what they're doing, and who they're with. So I wrote this book based on all the questions I was asked and all the answers that I was given from those in spirit.
Oh, it's wonderful. Matt, what do you love the most about what you do?
I love to see people transform and heal. You know, I see so many people come to me hurting and broken and looking for answers. I see people literally stop their life after a loved one had passed away. And what I love so much is being able to show people, no, your loved ones are still here and you can still live life. You know, you don't have to hurt, you don't have to go through that pain. Because every single day, I feel my loved ones with me. I sense them, I feel them, I know that they're there, right? They're a part of me still, even after all of these years. And that's the same gift that I want to give to other people.
Yes, and I mean, you also do online readings, correct?
Absolutely.
Yes, wonderful. Because sometimes we can't get to go where you're going, and now your tour in Las Vegas is coming up. Can you tell us? Is this your first time in Las Vegas? No, right? There's like
Oh,
you've been.
Oh my God, I think this is actually my like third or fourth time touring in Las Vegas. I try to go once or twice a year to go and tour. So this year I will be at the Venetian in Las Vegas, which I'm so excited about. And this is actually one of the smallest tour stops that I do. Everyone thinks Las Vegas and they think huge, but what I love about Vegas, and this is the reason why it's one of my favorite tour stops, is that it's just a small intimate showroom within the Venetian. It's called the Summit Showroom. And there's really not a bad seat in the house, no matter where you sit. It's amazing. It's a comfy, cozy room. And my whole goal is to get to as many people as possible. So to me, being in that room, it feels like just sitting in someone's living room with just having everybody all around you. And I love that. It's one of my favorite tour stops.
Yes, I mean, you travel a lot, you tour a lot. And so, what do you, can you share some success stories or testimonials? I know there's several.
I mean, there's tons. Every reading is a success story for me, every single reading, because the thing is that every soul is different. They all have different life lessons to share, and they all impact us in a different way. So if you actually go on my YouTube page, you'll be able to see all the readings that I've been doing live online. And all of those readings are success stories, I think. And, you can't compare one to another because they're so different. Someone may have lost their son, some may have lost their brother, someone on there may have lost their sister or their cousin or their best friend. And the pain is just as deep. The pain is just as real. But it's about seeing how that person transforms and seeing how much healing each reading can bring. And that's what I love so much.
Yeah. So, Matt, what is next for you?
I have no idea. I ask myself that question every single day. I have no idea because, life is a journey. So I would have never believed that I would be where I am right now. I would never believe that I'd be on tour and talking to people and have a TV show and touring the country and writing books. I never knew that that was in the cards for me. So, to me, it was a huge surprise. It was a huge surprise when I got the reality TV show. It was a huge surprise when, I made the New York Times bestseller list. It was a huge surprise when I even, was told that Simon & Schuster wanted to publish my book. I remember jumping up and down. So to me, heaven's led me on this incredible journey, and I'm in it for the long haul. I can't wait to see what's coming up next, but only God knows that.
Yes. And Matt, is there anything else you'd like to add?
No, the only thing that I want to share with people is this, is that, I feel like my job as a medium isn't just about giving readings. I also feel like it's about teaching people about their own psychic gift, because what I've learned is that we all have a way to connect with our loved ones in heaven, to speak to the other side, to connect with the other side. So on my social media pages on Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, I'm everywhere. All those social media pages, I actually do live teachings that you can attend right for free. I love to share with my following the information that I've learned from spirit. So it's an amazing opportunity to connect if you're not quite ready for a reading yet, to learn a little bit more about the other side, because I feel like the more that we can learn about heaven, the more that you can sense and feel your loved ones with you every single day.
Oh my goodness, it's just wonderful speaking with you, Matt. I just feel your energy and connection, if I may say. But if people want to reach out to you, they want to purchase a book, where can they go?
So they can go right to my website, meetmattfraser.com. But also, When Heaven Calls and We Never Die is available on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Books A Million, anywhere that you buy books. It's available right online. It's also available as an audio book as well. So there's so many options. And what I love about it is this, is that many people go for the audio version because you can listen to it in your car and it's recorded by me. So you get to hear it through my own voice. So no matter where you buy books, you can get a copy of this one.
Thank you, Matt, for your time today. And I really enjoyed speaking with you.
Same here. Thank you so much for taking the time to have me on.